Oh, welcome back to Chasing the Target. Big day today, massive day. Biryani derby in Lucknow. Hyderabad Sunrisers versus Lucknow Super Giants. बहुत बड़ा मैच है आज, बहुत तगड़ा गेम होने वाला है. For us Sunrisers fans, मुश्किल तो है match, but we always feel that we can, compete against any other team. Lucknow, a team where they're deciding whether मायर्स को खिलाना है या स्टोइनिस या डिकॉक को कैसा फिट करना. बहुत तगड़ी टीम है लखनऊ की ऑन पेपर, बट एडन मार्करम इज बैक एंड ही इज फिट एंड फायरिंग टू गो. Yeah, it looks likely 100%. Lucknow win, but we're not believing that. हम लोग बोल रहे सनराइजर्स are going to win. And देखो, काफी बातें हैं, काफी चीजें डिस्कस करना है आज. I think first of all, if we see Aiden Markram is back, but Quinton de Kock is also back for Lucknow. So how do Quinton de Kock fit in? How do Lucknow fit in QDK in the lineup? अब उनके पास मायर्स को ड्रॉप नहीं कर सकते. पूरन भी अच्छा खेल रहा. So the likely thing is Stoinis, who does provide with the ball but hasn't bowled yet. Maybe he comes in for Stoinis, but then where does Quinton de Kock bat? As he batted 1 down, 2 down. थोड़ा सा unbalanced हो जाएंगी टीम लखनऊ की मेरे हिसाब से. I know you'll probably think I'm stupid कि भाई how can it be unbalanced with such great players, but जो players होते they need their specific positions, and if QTK is there, already you have Puran as a keeper, then you have Myers as an opener. He'll have to adjust somewhere 1 down, 2 down. तो मेरे को अभी तक समझ में नहीं आ रहा उन्हें कहाँ बैटिंग करने वाला QTK. So only time will tell. I think we'll only find out in the evening. 2 घंटे में मालूम हो जाएगा QTK कहाँ बैटिंग करने वाला है. मगर from Sunrisers point of view, I think सॉरी, देयर वाज an इंटरनेट कनेक्शन इशू. मगर हाँ, एसआरएच को कोई चांस नहीं है भाई. चांस तो ऑलवेज रहता है. मार्करम आ गया, कप्तान है हमारे पास. उसके साथ साथ क्लासन भी आ गया. वो ही इज इन फॉर्म प्लेयर एज वेल. मार्को यानसन शायद नहीं खेलेंगे, मगर वो भी है. आदिल रशीद ऑन दिस पिच, आई थिंक ही नीड्स टू प्ले. लखनऊ का अगर आप देखें लास्ट गेम में भी बॉल थोड़ा टर्न हो रहा था, थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे था, बॉलर्स को हेल्प कर रहा था. सो आई थिंक आदिल रशीद शुड डेफिनेटली प्ले. एक्चुअली फील एसआरएच इज अ बेटर टीम ऑन पेपर देन एलएसजी. आई बैक अस टू विन एक्चुअली, स्पेशली विद द selection dilemmas as LSG has. They might spoil their balance with 11. You couldn't have put it better. But भाई, that's exactly what I'm saying कि भाई they have an amazing team. लखनऊ बहुत जबरदस्त टीम है, मगर उनके पास सिलेक्शन हेडेक्स है. अब किधर किसको फिट करना है वो उनको देखना पड़ेगा. बैटिंग ऑर्डर में भी अगर आप देख लो, अगर क्विंटन को खिला दिया स्टोइनिस की जगह में, किधर खेलेगा? स्टोइनिस तो फिट हो जाता है 6-7 में, ठीक है. ही इज नॉट परफॉर्मिंग ऑन पेपर, या ही इज नॉट bowling that many overs or anything like that, लेकिन he'll still fit into the team. Now if you have Quinton, Myers and Puran and Rahul, it becomes very difficult to fit that in a batting lineup. थोड़ा सा disturbance हो जाता. फिर आप हुदा को किधर खिला रहे? He looks a bit shaky. Krunal Pandya also कभी ऊपर खिला रहे, कभी नीचे खिला रहे. No doubt they have the players there. I think they have probably one of the best teams on paper, LSG, but like in that 11, can they fit everyone? That's the question that I'll have. कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा माकरम. देखेंगे भाई. देखो आज भी अगर हारे सनराइजर्स, there's still a long way to go, but this is going to definitely be a challenge. अगर आप लास्ट गेम देखें दिल्ली और लखनऊ का, इन लखनऊ थोड़ा अजीब पिच था. if you guys remember, Myers got dropped, but KL Rahul was struggling. They were struggling, the Lucknow batsmen. Then Myers hit a 50. उसके बाद थोड़े runs आगे थे, and they won by 50 runs despite due defended that total. तो थोड़ा सा weird game देखा. आज भी देखना पड़ेगा. लखनऊ अगर टॉस जीती तो maybe batting first on this pitch will suit them. For either team, I think batting first will suit them. But yes, LSG, please transfer QTK to RCB. Man, he was in RCB, he was in Sunrisers also. Speaking of Sunrisers players, ex-players, there's QTK, KL Rahul, Deepak Huda. Yeah, so plenty of ex-Sunrisers playing. Nicholas Puran, he'll want a point to prove, and I think Nicholas Puran is a dangerous player. Now let's talk about the matchups. I think Myers जो है बहुत अच्छे फॉर्म में है, जबरदस्त खतरनाक मार रहा है, मगर अगर आपका उसका स्ट्राइक रेट देखें is 150, 160 against fast bowlers, against spinners 102, 103. So I think what Markham needs to do, he needs to bowl himself or Washington so then the power play. That is one matchup that is, I think, necessary for Sunrisers to utilize. Kolkata used the matchup for Narayan against Faf and Kohli and worked out. He got Kohli out. So I think that's what Markham needs to do. Either he bowls himself or he bowls वॉशिंगटन द पावर प्ले. उसको मानो, उसको फास्ट बॉलिंग पसंद है भाई, उसको मत दो फास्ट बॉलिंग पावर प्ले में. गेट एंड अगेंस्ट ऑफ स्पिनर्स हिज record is not the greatest, so use this matchup. I think yes, sometimes people don't like matchups, but I think in this occasion you need to use it. Ex SRH players always perform versus SRH. QDK gonna smash it tonight. What about Nicholas Pooran? QDK SRH में कब था? 2015 14 15 में ऐसा, around that time he was in Sunrisers. Would you like to see someone like Tyagi come in, since the pace attack of SRH seems to lack that X factor apart from Umran? Definitely, I would like to see maybe as an impact bowler, or if they're bowling first, then I would like him to start. It just gives you a different option. And also the another thing that Sunrisers have to consider is that Markram is going to come in. That means they'll have to set out they'll have to set out Glenn Phillips will have to set out, and then if you're going to get a class in, then you need to set out Fazal Haq, Faruqi and play Tyagi. That's maybe you're forced to do that move. Mere hisab se, I think the four foreigners should be Markram, Klaasen, Adil Rashid and Harry Brook. Those are my four foreigners. But you can rotate. You can bring in a Jansen for somebody. You can bring in Fazal Haq, Faruqi. But मैं इस हिसाब से ऐसा जाने वाला हूँ. And yeah, one bright thing about Sunrise is Natarajan का form अच्छा है, death bowling अच्छा कर रहा है. मगर Bhuvi needs to step up. Bhuvi भाई, please उसके I think उसके over खत्म कर सकते हैं. And then but the problem is Umran also in the death could get hit. So I don't know what they're going to do with Bhuvi, but he has had an issue with the death. I hope that he solved that problem and we get that old Bhuvi back, swinging it both ways. I know pace थोड़ा कम हो गया injury की वजह से और death bowling उतनी खास नहीं हुई, but hopefully that is the problem. I think Sunrisers need to finish off the game strong and start well in the power play as well with the ball. Kyle Myers riding beginner's luck, or is he that good? I wouldn't call it beginner's luck. Yes, he did have some luck in the first game. Lekin he is a pretty good player. His back foot game is very strong. That opens up the whole offside for him. And then when you do bowl close to the body as a fast bowler, he lifts you on the leg side. But he does have weaknesses. Off spin is an issue for him. There will be other weaknesses that will be exposed, but doesn't mean he's not a good player. He is a good player. He's a solid player. If you remember that shot even in the T20 World Cup, on a point के ऊपर जो छक्का मारा था वो है भाई, जबरदस्त शॉट था वो. So he has the talent, he has the shots. मिचेल मार्श ऑस्ट्रेलिया जा रहा है शादी करने. अच्छा, ये ब्रेकिंग न्यूज, मैं को नहीं मालूम था मिचेल मार्श जा रहा बोल के. ऑल्सो आई थिंक आरसीबी हैव गॉट सम रिप्लेसमेंट्स. वेन पार्नल बैक इन द हाउस, सो दे हैव अनदर लेफ्ट आर्म बॉलर टू रिप्लेस रीस टॉपली, एंड आई थिंक विजय कुमार हैज कम इन एज वेल इन प्लेस ऑफ पाटीदार. तो दीज आर द टू गाइज कमिंग इन फॉर आरसीबी. बट या, मोर अबाउट टुडेज गेम. बैट बिरयानी वर्सेस कबाब, आप लोग बोलो कौन जीतने वाले हैं, और बिरयानी किसकी बेटर है, हैदराबाद की या लखनऊ की? बढ़िया. मेरे हिसाब से देखो, आई थिंक बैटिंग फर्स्ट could be useful. I think आप बैटिंग करो पहले 170 180 डालो बोर्ड पे, पर डिफेंड कर सकते हैं. हाँ, ड्यू रहने वाला है, मुश्किल नहीं है यहाँ पे ऑल्सो टू डिफेंड अ टारगेट, बट मे बी by that time you can get wickets in the power play and stuff and put pressure on the opposition. What do you think is LSG's biggest weakness? I think playing the players in the right position, because I think उन लोग confused हो जाते हैं. दीपक हुडा को किधर बैटिंग करा, कुरुनाल को किधर बैटिंग करा. अभी क्विंटन डी कॉक अगर आएगा और उन्हें रमाय से किस में से ओपन करना, अगर उन लोग दोनों कर रहे हैं तो फिर केएल राहुल को किधर खिलाओ. So I think that's the thing. They have a lot of players, and even with the ball, कब किसको बॉल देना, because they have Krunal Pandya who can chip in. They have Deepak Huda also. They have a lot of part-time options or like extra bowlers, all-round options as well. So I think getting people for particular roles a bit difficult, but it could be a positive. It could turn into a positive where bhai like koi bhi aake संभाल ले सकता. But I think this is a bit of a confusion which player is fitting in which role. Lucknow के टुंडे कबाब, yeah, I heard a lot of Lucknow के टुंडे कबाब. I know कि भाई हैदराबाद की हलीम तो अभी बहुत जबरदस्त मशहूर है. मैं भी खाया था रिसेंटली और बहुत जबरदस्त टेस्ट है. जो भी हैदराबाद आइए हमारे साथ और खाइए. So yeah, I think this is going to be a Nawabi battle. It's going to be good. I think listen, Lucknow still on paper बहुत strong team है, बहुत तगड़ी टीम है. अगर हैदराबाद जीते ये मैच, हम लोग तो सेलिब्रेट करने वाले हैं. अगर हारी तो फिर ठीक है, we'll move on to the next game. केएल राहुल की फॉर्म, उसका परफॉर्मेंस ये गौर से देखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज उन्हें नहीं चल रहा भाई, 4-5 महीने से नहीं चल रहा. Is this the turning point for him? Is this the flip of the chapter? Because अगर आप देखें, not only he's not scoring runs, he's also consuming dot balls. He's building pressure on himself और टीम पे भी he's building pressure. तो मेरे हिसाब से केएल राहुल there will be a lot of spotlight on him, even if he doesn't perform in this game, the next game, and the game after. As captain as well, the changes that he does, how he's going to lead the team, that will be questioned. But batting wise, they need KL Rahul back, because KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock, you remember last year they even put up a double hundred partnership. So when these guys fire, they do take Lucknow to victories more often than not. Ravi Bishnoi, I think, will also be a handful. Ravi Bishnoi, Mark Wood, Myers might bowl with the new ball also. This is going to be a challenge. Also, maybe Avesh Khan bhi hai wahan pe. So options both hai Lucknow ke liye. And if you've seen, Sunrisers have struggled in the power play. Abhishek Sharma looked, he looked confused when the ball was swinging, and he's going to have a big tough ask right now against, and especially Mark Wood comes in the third, fourth over. Abhishek Sharma is still there. It's going to be a big challenge. So playing the LSG bowlers also won't be easy for Sunrisers. What do they have to do? Listen, I think Abhishek Sharma needs to still play the pinch hitting role, take risks. If he gets out, he gets out. Mayank Agarwal can anchor, then Rahul Tripathi, Harry Brook, these guys can attack, but one or two of them have to attack sensibly. They need to make sure they have wickets in the power play as well. In the Rajasthan game, pura game khatam ho gaya power play match. So they need one anchor there, and then people to hit around, and maybe Mayank is your guy. He looks in decent for a touch as well. Him against KL Rahul, again, they're best of buddies. They played together in Punjab also. So that will be also good competition. Don't you think KL should keep instead of Puran, since Puran is a superior fielder to KL Rahul? The Puran's outstanding fielder, he's outstanding keeper, but now I think Quinton de Kock will take the gloves. If he plays, Quinton de Kock will keep. I think the reason was Puran was keeping scale out, is already captaining, and he's like closer to the bowler, positioning himself. I think mid on, mid off ke pass over there is just easy for him to communicate. And Puran is a better keeper also than KL Rahul. It's not just he's a better fielder, he's a better keeper also. And I think keeper is a bit more important position. So you can't let the buys go and all that. So I think to have the better keeper is the right decision. When Quinton comes into the thing and Puran is also in the 11th, then probably Quinton will take the gloves. टॉस जीत के बॉलिंग करनी चाहिए एसआरएच को. ड्यू है तो लोग बोल रहे हैं भाई आप कर सकते हैं चेस, मगर मेरे को पता नहीं, लखनऊ में ऐसा दिख रहा है कि चेस करना भी मुश्किल हो जाएगा. अगर वो भी अगर 190 160 70 मार दिए तो थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी चेस तो हो सकता है. जैसा दिल्ली के अगेंस्ट हुआ था, दिल्ली परेशानी में आ गई थी वो मैच में. तो उस हिसाब से आई एम नॉट श्योर चेसिंग इज द राइट थिंग. मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज्ड हूं, एंड आई वाज काइंड ऑफ रॉन्ग. आई थिंक इंपैक्ट रूल की वजह से इवन द टीम बैटिंग फर्स्ट आर विनिंग. आई डोंट नो इफ इट्स द इंपैक्ट रूल, द पिचेस आर गुड राइट नाउ, लेकिन अभी फिलहाल जो बैटिंग कर रहे बॉलिंग कर रहे डिपेंड्स, दोनों जीत रहे. तो इट्स नॉट द टॉस इज नॉट रियली इन्फ्लुएंसिंग द गेम टू मच. जॉस बटलर आउट, आईपीएल 1 वीक हो गया. भाई सही बोलो, ये कहाँ से लिखा रहे इन्फॉर्मेशन? क्या हो गया भाई जॉस बटलर को? मैं अभी चेक कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा कैसा हो गया भाई? Let me know, Anshul bhai, what happened to Josh Butler. I cannot read anything over here. I don't see anything about Josh Butler. If Azaraj beats LSG in their home, it's going to be a huge confidence booster. 100% it's going to be a huge confidence booster, and that's what we need. We need to kickstart our season. Got to beat Lucknow in Lucknow, eat the biryani, get out of there, come back here, eat the biryani here, and beat Punjab. That's what they have to do. This is the time to shine. Look, I'm confident, but at the back of my mind, I know this is a very tough LSG team. It's tough to play away from home against them, and they have some ब्रूटल मैच विनर्स. तो मैं डरावा हूँ कहीं ना कहीं, लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस तो रहना पड़ता है. वहां जाके उनके घर में घुस के मारना अलग फीलिंग रहती. तो होपफुली द बॉयज कैन परफॉर्म फ्रॉम सनराइजर्स. आई थिंक की प्लेयर्स, उमरान मलिक ऑन दिस पिच, ही कुड बी अ हैंडफुल. थोड़ा सा स्टॉप स्टार्ट दिख रहा है ये पिच, तो मे बी हिज bowling, his spell could be very important. If Adil Rashid plays, his spell will be very important. I think he can get the ball to turn. Also Washington Sundar or Markram, one of these two will be very important against the left-handers. Both left-handers है लखनऊ की टीम में, तो इन लोगों का जो ऑफ स्पिनर का रोल रहेगा. मे बी अभिषेक शर्मा also could come in, but I think off spinner का role will be important against Lucknow. And then from the bat, man, Harry Brook, we need to see him. I know it's he didn't have the best of starts. Still, there's a few games. Even if he doesn't perform today, I have to continue to back him. But hopefully we see some glimpses. He gets to some sort of start and we say, "Bhai, acha isliye liye usko." I know why we got him. I'm very confident in the guy, but still, I think for everybody else to be satisfied, we need to see a Harry Brook inning from somewhere. Also, what Markham brings in, him and Klassen are in very good form. Agar dono khelo to phir with the bat, they probably will bring more stability. Middle order mein they'll be more solid, and they can also keep up with the run rate and also hit the boundaries, find the gaps, rotate the strike. So I think what these guys bring into the team will be crucial also, both Markram and Mr. Klassen. Carl Miles against Markram या सुंदर को आना चाहिए. बिल्कुल मैं यही बात कर रहा था पहले 10 मिनट पहले कि भाई ये जो ऑफ स्पिनर को लेके आओ अगेंस्ट मायर्स, बिकॉज उसका स्ट्राइक रेट 101 102 है अगेंस्ट ऑफ स्पिनर, वेराज फास्ट बॉलर्स के अगेंस्ट 150 160 है. तो मायर्स के अगेंस्ट स्पिनर खिलाओ. अब लेफ्ट आर्म भी खिला सकते हैं, वो थोड़ा सा रिस्क रहेगा बिकॉज ऑफ द एंगल. तो मेरे हिसाब से मार्करम या वॉशिंगटन सुंदर आके डालना चाहिए पावर प्ले में अगेंस्ट मायर्स. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द मैचअप दैट आई एम लुकिंग एट. मगर आप उल्टा करें तो अभिषेक शर्मा, ही लुक्स अ बिट शेकी अगेंस्ट द फास्ट न्यू बॉल. तो Myers against him could be a good option. Mark Wood coming in, maybe give him one ball, give him the first or second over. I know Mark Wood third or fourth dalta hai, maybe give him the first second over and let him roughen up someone like Abhishek Sharma and put them under pressure. That could be an option. Sorry, but I'm not sold on Mike Agarwal as a T20 player. He's had glimpses. Again, he's not a out and out T20 player. He's had glimpses for Punjab. I saw a few innings with KL Rahul. They had some really good partnerships, but yes, he's not an out and out T20 player. He still has to convince us. But I think there's a role that you have to do in a particular team. If he can do that role and fulfill his responsibility, he can impact the team. I think that's what it is. It's about your role in the team, what you have to do. Agar uska role hai ki bhai 30 of 20 karna hai, if he can do that in 5-6 games, then that will really help. It's about those little contributions also. I don't think we're expecting him to get 100 every game. Kyle Myers ke against ye to point liye. Is this the one with one win which can give SRH a winning streak and they play like the team they are? I personally think is the next one against Punjab. If they win there, then they can go on a winning streak. This is a tough game, I feel. Chances a bit slimmer, but yes, if they win this game, they can go on a run 100%. This team has the potential to go on the run, because if you see, they do have a lot of options. It's just that they need their players to step up. They need Bhuvneshwar Kumar to do his role, pick up those wickets and not get hit like that in the power play. Natarajan did his role. They need Adarsh Washington Sundar pick up wickets, keep an end tight. Then someone like Umran Malik to burst through. If he gets hit, no problem, but give me 2-3 wickets in the game. Give me the wicket of KL Rahul, or give me the wicket of Myers, Quinton de Kock, or Nicholas Pooran. I think that's what, if these guys play to their strengths and play to the best of their abilities, they will be a good team. Would you think Myers is the one who was dropped for QTK? I think right now it's Stoinis, because you're looking at form. But the problem is, I personally would have done Myers for Quinton de Kock, but how can you drop him? Everyone's going to go crazy if they do that. They'll say, bhai, Myers itna acha perform kara, usko kaisa drop kare? That could make things a bit tricky also for team morale and all that. Nicholas Pooran also could be a guy you could swap, but he's also looked good. Marcus Stoinis, the reason why I think he should be in the team is because he's an all-rounder who can be a finisher and he can bat at the top if needed. But a team which already has a top-heavy lineup, someone like a Stoinis can fit in that lower order. That's why I would ideally have Marcus Stoinis. Magar aapke paas option kya hai? You'll have to go with form then. So that's where it is. Unless they keep QTK out of it, but I don't think that's going to happen. That bowling problem lag rahi hai Bhuvi and Umran ki form dekhe. That is where maybe you get an impact player like a Karthik Tyagi and he tries to bowl death with Natarajan. आपके पास ये option है अगर आप करना चाह रहे हैं तो maybe you try that. Karthik Tyagi, I remember एक game पंजाब के against राजस्थान के लिए बहुत अच्छा डाला था. तो आपके पास ये option है death में इनको खिलाओ. But हाँ, death problem है. Bhuvi मतलब not just now, आप एशिया कप भी ले लो last year, end of last year, वहाँ पे भी उन्हें पिट जा रहा था death overs में. He was bowling good in the power play, picking up the wicket of Babar Azam. फिर कोई आसिफ अली या चाचू मार दे रहे थे उसको. तो उस हिसाब से यहाँ पे भी वही दिक्कत हो रही. Hopefully improves his death over bowling, or you go to another option like a Karthik Tyagi. But won't it be a top order conundrum? I personally think LSG would be better off playing the same team. Yeah, I also personally think that as well. Or you do QTK for Myers, or Myers for QTK. It could be a top order conundrum. Of course, there is a chance of that, but I don't think they're looking at that. They're looking at it, okay, these are high quality players. We bank on these players, aake khelo, maro runs, and itne run maro ki bhai chance hi nahi milna opposition ko. To us hisab se they're probably stacking the top order over there, but it will be a conundrum for sure. सनराइजर्स का ये अब देखो, उनके पास तो कंडम नहीं है, उनके पास पूरा 11 है, सब फिट हो जाते हैं अपने अपने स्लॉट्स में. आपका 1 2 3 4 5 6 सब है, मगर इन लोगों को अब परफॉर्म करना है. अभी टाइम आ गया. अब ये पिच थोड़ा ट्रिकी होगा. आई थिंक लाइक आई सेड, मयंक को थोड़ा सा आराम से खेलो, सी ऑफ द न्यू बॉल, लेट अभिषेक शर्मा टॉन्क द बॉल, बिल्ड सम पार्टनरशिप्स, की पार्टनरशिप्स 30-40 करके फिर एंड में आपके पास है फिनिशर्स है वहां पे हु कैन कम इन एंड स्मैश द बॉल अराउंड. वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, डोंट काउंट हिम आउट एज वेल, मैन. ही इज अ वेरी गुड बैट्समैन. व्हाट्स अप क्रिकेट फैंस, हाउ यू doing, man? My man from Nepal. लखनऊ में 100 भी चेस करना मुश्किल हो जाता है कभी कभी। आप देखे वो जो इंडिया कौन सा न्यूजीलैंड गेम था वहां पे आई थिंक 99 बनाए थे और इंडिया लाइक लास्ट बॉल में चेस करे वो, उसमें भी केएल राहुल कुछ खेला था शायद। तो हाँ, लाइक लखनऊ थोड़ा ट्रिकी हो जाता, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा। कभी कभी ड्यू भी आ जाता, लास्ट गेम में ड्यू आ गया था 7th 8th ओवर तक, मगर फिर भी द टीम बॉलिंग लास्ट वन द गेम। तो थोड़ा सा मैं अभी कंफ्यूज हूँ लखनऊ को लेके। ये ग्राउंड भी थोड़ा नया है मेरे लिए, लाइक आईपीएल में नॉर्मली हम लोग ये नहीं देखते ये ग्राउंड, तो थोड़ा सा इसको एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा। आज भी थोड़ा गौर से देखेंगे एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंस उस हिसाब से। एलएसजी जीते भाई, ऐसा नको बोलो भाई, प्लीज नको बोलो। हैदराबाद को जिताओ भाई, वी नीड टू चेंज इट अप, वी नीड टू get into the win. सब जीत गए भाई, so everybody has won I think a game apart from Mumbai and Sunrisers भाई। please हमारे को एक गेम जिता दो यारो, please। Can SRH load their batting by playing Phillips too and then bring in someone like a Mayank Markande or Karthik Tyagi to bowl? It's an option to bring in Mayank Markande, but I don't think they should go with that. I think you play a Klaasen who's in better form right now. He gives you, and he's an out and out keeper as well. And play Harry Brook. Who you're saying Phillips instead of Adil Rashid? I don't think so. Let me know who you're saying Phillips instead of, and then I'll give you a proper answer. नहीं जीतेंगे SRH भाई, जिता दो यार, ऐसा क्यों बोल रहे भाई? प्लीज मेक आवर गिव अस अ गुड स्टार्ट टू द वीकेंड। मुश्किल मैच तो है, मैं आपको ये तो बोल दूंगा, मुश्किल बहुत बहुत मुश्किल मैच है। वहां पे उनके पास मार्कवुड का पेस कौन हैंडल करने वाला है, ये मेरे को देखना है, राइट। फिर मायर्स और राहुल और ये क्या बोलते हैं क्विंटन, इन लोग मारना शुरू करे तो कौन कंट्रोल करेगा, ये भी देखना पड़ेगा। मगर we have to believe in our team. Our captain is back with the Orange Army is flying, so I'm really excited and pumped for today. निकी मारता आज MC बोलते जा रहे तुम निकी पी, या मैन पूरन एक्स सनराइजर्स प्लेयर लास्ट सनराइजर्स में था, उन्हें फॉर्म में भी अच्छा दिख रहा है। ऐसा नहीं है कि खाली he wants to hit against his old club, he's actually looking in the mood right now. In general, he's looking like a player who's finding the boundaries with ease and in a dangerous place at Puran. I can't believe we let him go. I like Nicholas Puran. I know that why we let him go, consistency नहीं था, बेकार खेला, but in a danger आदमी है भाई। आज Nicholas Puran से बचना है। I don't care about Myers, KL Rahul, anybody. Is Puran. I think he's the one we have to get out. Yeah, Phillips instead of Adil Rashid, another Indian bowler's impact, especially if you're batting first. I think Adil Rashid has to play. You can still sort out your batting. I think Adil Rashid needs to play because he is your proper leg spinner. He's a match winner. This guy has a really good googly on him and can pick up wickets. And I think the combination with him, Sundar and Markram, will be a good combination. And he has the experience as well. He's bowled in different conditions, in high pressure situations as well. So I personally like Adil Rashid as an option. But आगे जाके, yes, आपको change करना पड़ेगा. Maybe you'll have to bring a Jansen, or you might have to get an extra batter. But maybe a Jansen, Pratina, maybe you can do Adil Rashid to a faster bowler, depending on the conditions, and then bring in a Markande. That could be an option for the future. But I don't know why in Lucknow I think that Adil Rashid could do something, man. He'll be our go-to maybe. So that's when there's due to, maybe we can try get in Tyagi as a seamer. Yeah, I mean, Tyagi will always be an option. He can be the extra, like he can be the impact player if you're batting first. Tyagi can be impact player. He can come as an extra streamer and you can sit out a batsman, or vice versa as well. You can start him and take out a batter initially and then bring the batter in as an impact player in the second innings. पूरा खिला के चूरन मारेगा 6 रन। ओए होए निकोलस पूरन, हाँ उसको तो निकालना है, मगर उन्हें डेंजर दिख रहा है मेरे को। फॉर्म में आ गया उन्हें, ठीक है 50-60 कुछ मारा नहीं अभी तक, मगर उसके 20-30 भी तो काफी इंपैक्टफुल दिख रहे हैं मेरे को। एंड निकोलस पूरन थोड़ा खतरा तो है हैदराबाद के लिए। अभी लेट्स गो एंड डू सम फैंटेसी पिक्स। आप लोग भी कमेंट्स में ज्वाइन करिए मेरे साथ और मेरे को बोलो एक प्लेयर लखनऊ से दे दो और एक प्लेयर सनराइजर्स से दे दो, एक कैप्टन वाइस कैप्टन दे दो, वैसा फैंटेसी में। सो लेट्स गो इनटू आवर फैंटेसी टिप्स एंड चिप्स। भाई तो मेरा पिक है माय कैप्टन, माय लीडर, माय मैन, द मैजेस्टी, मिस्टर एडन मार्करम. The reason I'm going with him is, yes, he's in very good form with the bat, but I think because of the left-handers in the Lucknow team, he can also impact with the ball, a ball in the power play, get some wickets against the spin. Thoda marna mushkil ho sakta hai. Even for the Eastern Cape, he did pick up some crucial wickets. So I'm going with my man Aiden Markram. I know it's a bit risky with some other players as well who probably have someone like Mayak Agarwal could score runs as well, or a Tripathi could be a good option, but I'm going with Markram. I feel that he can contribute and impact the game with bat and ball. So Markram is one of my fantasy picks. My second fantasy pick, I'll go from Lucknow. It's going to be a tough one, but it's between. I'll go for it's tough. Ravi Bishnoi, I'm thinking Mark Wood, I'm thinking Nicholas Puran. Let's go Bishnoi. I think Bishnoi will be somebody who can pick up wickets. He has a good record against Sunrisers. Even for Punjab उन्हें आके विकेटा ले लिया था एक बार 120 डिफेंड कर रहे थे पंजाब उन्हें आके 4-5 विकेट ले लिया था वार्नर और बेस्टो को भी ले लिया था उन्हें तो I think Bishnoi is my option from Lucknow and from but there's plenty of options and from Sunrisers I'm going Mr. Adam Markram. Uh, आज पूरन होगा बोल राशिद के हाथ से इंशाल्लाह भाई आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर big Mayank from SRH. Look, he's a good option. He's opening the batting. He's shown some glimpses. He can anchor the innings as well. He has the ability to go big. But I'm just going with Markram. I think that the captain is back. If he doesn't hit you with the bat, he can hit you with the ball. I'm going with that flexibility because in fantasy, if you can, all rounders always help. And yes, Markram is not an out and out all rounder, but because looking at the opposition, looking what they have, all these left-handers, Markram could be used. Again, there's no guarantee. There's luck involved. You need the guy to perform on the day. But if I'm just looking at it from that perspective, that's why I'm going Markram. भाई दोनों टीम के 11 पिक बताओ फैंटेसी के दोनों टीम के 11 मतलब दोनों का मिला के 11 बना बोल रहे हैं आप ओहो मुश्किल है भाई चलो करेंगे pick Rahul. So let's go. Opening batters. I think you'll have to go Quinton and Myers, yeah. And then if QDK plays, he's your 3. 4, I'll go Harry Brook. 5, I'll go Markram. 6, I'll go Klassen. Then 7, maybe a Krunal Pandya. And then my bowlers will be Mark Wood, Ravi Bishnoi, or the bowler bhai Umran Malik, and Adil Rashid. That's my 11, baby. Klassen could also be X factor from us. 100%, absolutely. And this guy has been in really good form for South Africa. Hope he carries that form here. Yeah, look, it won't be the easiest of wickets, but I think these class batsmen like Klassen, like Markram in the middle order will bring more stability and more confidence to the Sunrisers team. And hopefully that he can continue his form in the IPL. He is in good form. So I'm hoping that Klassen does play and score some big runs. And by Aj, agar haar gaye to, then you're going to have 2 losses. You'll be the only team in the whole freaking IPL with 2 losses. And then you have Punjab coming. That's the biggest derby. That's a huge derby also because I have a lot of friends in Toronto. I lived in Toronto and Brampton. It's the derby over there. A lot of Punjabi guys there. So that's a tough game. But they have to try and somehow sneak a win. They have to try to sneak a win against Lucknow. It will be difficult. You're going away from home, but kuch na kuch karna padinga. And hopefully, let's see. Dekho, KKR, not many people had them to win yesterday against RCB. A lot of people saying RCB easily jeetne wali. Ab dekho kya kare KKR. So we gotta believe. And Saeed Bhai is in the house. Ibrahim all the way from the United States of America. He's woken up early in the morning and he is waiting to back the orange. It's gonna be a great game, hopefully, and we need a victory, man. We need a victory. We're gonna back the boys. Delhi also have 2 losses. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Delhi have it. Mumbai have won, right? Mumbai have won. Okay, थोड़ा सा Mark Wood वरा बोला ये देखो Mark Wood को उठा के देना है सीधा छक्का इधर मयंक अग्रवाल और फिर अभिषेक शर्मा उधर मारेंगे छक्का फिर हैरी ब्रुक आके पीछे मारेंगे छक्का मार्कवुड को अभी सेरी हुई भाई क्या बात है माशाल्लाह जबरदस्त हम हमारे लिए अभी 15 मिनट बाकी है आई थिंक फॉर इफ्तार बढ़िया मैन होप यू गोना सी ग्लिम्पसेस ऑफ द गेम टुडे एंड होप वी विन इट शुड बी a good game. I want to see some close matches. थोड़ा काफी one sided हो जा रहा है. Part I think कौन सा game था पंजाब और राजस्थान का था. That was close and चेन्नई लखनऊ थोड़ा बहुत close था. मगर yeah. थोड़े close games need to come in the IPL. We need some super overs. Maybe not today because heart issues हो जा सकते हैं. But yeah, I think थोड़ा सा we need some close encounters. Also, let me know, guys, for you, who's going to win this game? Who are your players to watch out for? What are the key battles? Like I mentioned, Markram versus the openers will be a key battle. Then Myers against Abhishek Sharma, the Mark Wood against that middle order of Harry Brook, of Aiden, Markram, Klassen. That will be also a very good battle because Mark Wood does get the ball in the 4th, 5th over. He bowls in the middle. And I think against these batters who don't really mind pace, it should be an interesting battle. How the Lucknow pitch will play, it's very tricky. There will be dew involved as well, but we're not sure what's going to happen. With the dew, still we've seen teams defend on this pitch. Lucknow win, Gajju bhai bol rahe hain. अरे यार ऐसा मत बोलो यार क्यों बोल रहे हैं ऐसा I'm just looking at some key stats over here. And yeah, the Super Giants have won 8 out of 9 games when batting first. When it comes to chasing, they have only won 2 out of 8. Bye, chase karao. Come on, Markram, win the toss, bat first, put them under pressure, bro. I think KL Rahul and the boys don't like to chase, so let's bat first. But if you bat first, I think you need to get a score of 170, 180. You have to be a bit competitive because due रहेगा 140 भी अगर if the ball is turning and there is seam and everything, 140 will still be very difficult to defend because due जब आता ball फिसल जाता कुछ ना कुछ आपको boundary इधर उधर मिल जाती. So I think they have to get 180, 190, close to that score, 170, 180, and try to defend that. That's what I'm thinking right now. And yeah, the cricket forcing teams batting first have fared slightly better at this venue with 17 wins and 14 defeats from 31 T20s. When it comes to bowling, spinners 6.49 have been more frugal than fast bowlers. So, bhai, Adil Rashid ko khilana padega. That's what the report is saying. Adil Rashid needs to play. Spinners will be effective. Ravi Bishnoi also will be very effective, in my opinion. Also, let's talk about Umran Malik, man. Umran Malik didn't have the best of games in the last game, but there was one delivery that he bowled. I think it was to Padikal. He rattled his stumps. I was there. I saw that live. It was an incredible delivery. Umran Malik on a pitch which can stop and start like this, which we're not exactly sure, and where you can get extra bounce or variable bounce, he could be a handful. It's about getting that line length right. I'm sure he'll bowl in the middle overs. They haven't really entrusted him with the new ball with the death bowling as of yet, but I think that extra pace always does worry batsmen, and if the pitch is doing a bit, Umran Malik could be dangerous, and he will be key. I hope that he does pick up wickets, and look, he's growing. He's still very young, both young and this is his second and a half IPL, I think, so still got him, give him time, but I like always, I think he's a very exciting prospect. SRH needs Umran to run through LSG just when I was talking about him, if they want to win. Otherwise, the rest of the bowling is not threatening. Bhuvi, Natarajan can contain at best. And that's the thing. You need Umran and Adil Rashid to get your wickets, and then Natarajan to contain. Bhuvi also needs to learn to contain, man. He's getting hit. Like, he 2-3 over अच्छा डाल लेता, फिर एक या दो ओवर बहुत बुरा डालता है, इतना बुरा डालता है कि रन रेट कहां सा कहीं पहुंच जाता है. तो आई थिंक दैट इज द थिंग. यू नीड उमरान एंड Adil Rashid to pick up the wickets, कमर तोड़ो LSG का, and then these guys can contain from one. And Natarajan showed me that he can handle himself in the death. He was good in against Rajasthan in the death overs where everyone else got hit. So he is definitely an option in the death bowling. But yes, I agree with that. You need Umran, you need Adil Rashid, even Markram at the top, or Washington Sundar to come in, chip in with wickets and put pressure on LSG. And LSG bat very deep, man. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई आप 2-3 को निकालो और मैच चलेगा. जैसा कल नारायण निकाल दिया उसको, कोहली को, ने फाफ को निकाल दिया, चक्रवर्ती, मैच खत्म था. ऐसा नहीं होगा. इनके पास भाई कृणाल पांड्या भाई, दीपक होदा भी है, पूरन भी है, अगर स्टोनिस खेला तो उन्हें भी है. बैटिंग बहुत है LSG के पास. So it's about putting them under pressure, but get them to a stage where you try to choke them, keep picking up wickets and make life difficult even for those batters who come in. उमरान मलिक आज बहुत पिटेगा भाई. नहीं, आई थिंक पिट गया ना जो पिटना था. अब आएगा वापस. आज मेरा बॉय आएगा 150 kilometers per hour. The Umran Malik can't wait, man. I hope that today he performs. Do you think better tactics from Markham would aid this bowling and utilize our bowlers better? 100%, absolutely. And today tactics will be very important because there's a lot of left-handers in that team, and you have other kind of hitters. Bowling changes would be very important. I think he has to take some risk. He has to bowl some spinners in the power play like himself. Even with the bat, you might need to see some changes. Definitely, I think captain will have an important role today. Hope Markram, Abhishek, and Phillips bowl. Phillips, I don't know if he's going to play MC. You think Phillips is going to be in the playing 11? I don't think, because I think Klaasen will be the keeper, and then you have Klaasen, Markram, you got Adil Rashid and Harry Brookie. लखनऊ के पास बडोनी, अरे बडोनी भी है, मैं भूल गया. हाँ, तो ऑप्शंस बहुत है, बैटिंग बहुत है इन लोगों के पास. bowling has to be on point. You can't give these extras. भाई IPL में नो बॉला वाइड्स बहुत चल रहे हैं आजकल. मेरे को नहीं मालूम, नया फैशन है, नया ट्रेंड है. हर 2 बार ट्यूं 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 बोल के शुरू कर दे रहे हैं वो. And there's so many free hits going on. Can't afford that against this team because there are a lot of batting. You remember what happened in the Delhi? You learned from Khalil Ahmed. उन्हें drop करा Myers का catch, sloppy fielding, and उन्हें जाके 50-60 man of the match performance दे दिया उन्हें. So you cannot afford mistakes. You got to get everything on point and start from here. You beat a team like this. Yes, they've lost a game against Chennai, but this is still a very good team, Lucknow. You beat a team like this, it changes your confidence. It can kickstart your season, and people and other teams will look at you differently. Trust me, bro. Are you surprised RCB have decided to get a bowler as a replacement for Patidar? Yes, I am surprised. I saw that. I think Vijay Kumar, he's the bowler who is replacing Patidar. मैं तो surprised हूँ. I thought they should have gone for a batter like for like replacement, because that's what they did for Topley. They got in Wayne Parnell, which is like for like, and I expected them to do the same, especially when they are struggling for Indian batters. They don't have that many options. options. So I don't know why they didn't go for an Indian option. Maybe there isn't. One of the reasons I thought we would hit in the power play last time was our reluctance to bowl. Umran facing 115 initial balls ain't easy. If he gets there, he'll take wickets. That's true, but also I think they feel that with the newer ball, if you touch him, he can fly also, and they just want a bit more protection for him. They want that third man area and fine leg protected as well. They need. If you see Umran's bowling, one thing that I noticed watching him live for the first time is that his field is normally backwards oriented. Matlab they take deep third, point, fine leg, square leg. Those are the outer fielders. Long on, long off, are always up. It's mid on, mid off when Umran is bowling. More often than not. Like it's not like every ball is like that, but more often than not, he has because of that extra pace. I think captains always want that protection behind the stumps for Umran Malik. So yeah, look, the thing is, but still, you expect the new ball bowlers, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He has tons of experience. He has tons of skill as well. You expect him to do the job. So I think, like, even if Umran doesn't bowl in the power play, I don't think they should have still got hit for that much. But yeah, because look, Trent Bolt, he doesn't have that much pace, but look at the control he bowled with. That's what we expect from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Yeah, maybe you can say Bolt is better and all that, but that's what we expect. Bhuvneshwar Kumar needs to bring us that control with the new ball, the swing, the early wickets. That's what we need, right? That's why he's in the team. उमरान को एक विकेट मिल सकता है, वो भी कृणाल का. भाई कृणाल का भी ले लेंगे, उन्हें केएल राहुल को भी लेंगे. बोल्ड मिडिल स्टंप उखाड़ने वाला है आज केएल राहुल का. Trust me, bro, the man damn ain't ready. केएल राहुल का भी निकालेंगा, मायर्स का तो उन्हें निकाल रहा. मार्कर मैं बोल दिया पहले से. I feel bowling Umran in power play can be an aggressive move to pick wickets too, though. Yes, it's definitely something that you can look at. Maybe give him the fourth over, fifth over and try it out. It's definitely an option. Let's see what happens, depending on the match situation. You could do that. You could also bring in a spinner also in the power play. Of course, why not? Experiment, try different things. And I agree with you. Somewhere down the line in the IPL, you have to bowl bowlers in different situations, and Umran bowling in the power play could be an option. And if he gets hit one over, it's okay. Bring him back later. You do make a valid point. I don't know if I see it right now if it's going to happen, but it is a valid point, 100%. But yes, I think Biryani versus Kebabs versus, it's going to be a good game. Hoping for a close one, but hoping Sunrisers to win. Will be a lot of food on display, a lot of food talked about, I'm sure, today. But yeah, Markram versus KL Rahul, it should be an interesting battle. I mentioned my key players, to look out for from both teams. But there's plenty. I think there's a lot of options in both teams. Let's see what happens. The pitch also, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. I'm not sure how the pitch will perform, in my opinion. Who's winning the toss, guys? Let me know who's winning the toss. Markram or KL Rahul, and what are they doing? I think if Markram wins the toss, he might bowl first and KL Rahul might bat first. But I think bat first and put KL Rahul under pressure. I'm looking some stats and he doesn't like to chase. My man doesn't like to chase. Put him under some pressure. KL Rahul जब आएगा भाई क्या बोलते प्रतिनाथ भाई, KL Rahul जब आएगा उमरान मलिक को 2 ball 2 slip एक गली test match feel, put him under pressure. Why not? He's already under pressure. Keep targeting it. Show some aggressiveness. That's what I would like to see, some aggressive captaincy from them. SRH win the toss and bowl first. Why SRH doesn't have following like RCB, CSK, Telugu movie stars have crazy following, and that is picked up. I'll tell you. I mean, we always discuss this point, Tej bhai, every single time, even in the friend circle, हम लोग बैठते हैं बोलते हैं कि भाई हमारे पास इतनी fan following नहीं है. One thing I'll tell you about Telugu movies that you mentioned, that is that yes, bro, भाई Canada में मेरे दोस्त सब like जो नहीं है हैदराबाद के, उन लोग भी they know Hyderabad now. Like everybody knows Hyderabad. They know Allu Arjun. They know Rana Daggubati, Venkatesh, and all these guys. And Telugu film industry is growing now in the last 2-3 years. From my opinion, from what I saw, oh my god, Telugu's industries have been huge in Hyderabad, like always, but worldwide now it's huge. So definitely you should have more fan following. But the reason is you don't have a big brand player. Like you don't have a Virat Kohli, you don't have a Hardik Pandya, you don't have a Rohit Sharma. It's foreign players that you depend upon, and it's been like that all the time. Shikhar Dhawan at that time also, if you remember, he wasn't the main player for India at that time, right? He wasn't bringing that brand. Maybe now if he's there, it could be, but at that time it was Warner, Williamson, these guys. So what time pe wo tha? Yuvraj, when he came in, he was towards the end of his career, so he was just a impact player. He had a good contribution in the final, but apart from that, yeah, he was just like an impact player. So they didn't have a brand from the start, an Indian brand that they could, invest in and think. But I think in that sense, it's actually been a blessing in disguise, because you've got some young Indian talent, you've got more of a team where people are gelling together, and you've got some really high-class foreign players who do good in all conditions. So I think it's a good balance, but maybe that's one of the reasons for the fan following. SRH win the toss and bowl. ऐसे परफॉर्मेंस करे तो लॉर्ड शार्दुल को ही 11 पे हाँ भाई, लॉर्ड ठाकुर हैज मेड अ केस फॉर हिमसेल्फ। आई नो अलग फॉर्मेट है, ये 20 ओवर का है, वर्ल्ड कप 50 ओवर का है, मगर सब तो भाई सोच रहे होंगे शार्दुल ठाकुर को अब खिलाओ वर्ल्ड कप, उन्हें ऑलराउंडर बैकअप है हार्दिक पांड्या का, खिलाओ। Still very early days. It was just one game. I think I've already seen him perform with the bat. It was at the Gabba. That was even better performance because of the opposition and red ball and conditions wise. But let him get more consistent, and of course I think he could be key in that sense. क्या हाल है मुस्तफा भाई? सॉरी ये टाइम थोड़ा ऑड पड़ता है, टू ज्वाइन करना मुश्किल है। अरे भाई कोई बात नहीं, रात में मिलो हमारे साथ, रात में फैज भाई भी ज्वाइन करेंगे हमारे साथ, वो भी जुड़ेंगे। विल ट्राई टू गेट सम मोर गेस्ट्स ऑन। आप सब जुड़िए, रात में मैच के बाद हम लोग लाइव जाएंगे और डिस्कस करेंगे मैच। होपफुली विल बी वेरी पॉजिटिव एंड एक्साइटेड एंड सेलिब्रेटिंग अ सनराइज विक्ट्री। इफ नॉट विल स्टिल कम एंड विल स्टिल डिस्कस, विल स्टिल टॉक। जो भी हार जीत हम लोग प्रेजेंट रहेंगे। चिराग भाई आप तो हर वक्त हमारे साथ ज्वाइन करते, तो प्लीज अपोलोजाइज मत करिए भाई। What do you think is the DNA or attitude of this SRH team? In the past, it was solid bowling and aggressive fielding mindset with a good top order. Is team ka kya DNA hai? Long-term ideology type. I think it's going to be um, aggressive batting, middle order, aggressive batting, proper T20 cricket over there, and a young and some players who are going to develop into very good bowlers like Umran Malik. You have some youngsters over there, Abhishek Sharma, all rounder who can develop. So I think there are some young players who will develop. But if I look at the ideology right now, I think it's a good Indian and foreign core. It's a good mixture of Indian and foreign players, both young and experienced, and it's just about clicking together. And yeah, that right now probably if you say it's strength lies in that cream of the batting. I think from Tripathi to Sundar, that's a good T20 batting lineup. That's what I would say. Bowling wise, yes, we don't have Rashid Khan that we used to have. We don't have Bhuvneshwar at his peak. We don't have a Mustafizur, Ashish Nehra types. But I still feel, on their day, this bowling could be lethal. If Umran Malik bowls 4 overs, picks up a few wickets, he could be lethal. Natarajan has the ability to bowl really good at that and pick up wickets. Adil Rashid, we know what he's done in T20 World Cups. So the bowling can still deliver. I'm still, I don't think it's a weak bowling lineup, but yes, it's probably not what you're thinking of the past. But even then, in the past, we had Vipul Sharma, we won the IPL. We had Rashid Khan, we never won the IPL. So it's a mixture of things that need to think, because if you talk about the top order there, when the top order didn't perform, the whole middle order used to collapse for Sunrisers and we used to lose games. We came 10th position in 2021. That was the reason. When Warner Best were getting out, everyone was collapsing and pura all out ho ja rahe the hum log 100 120 में कितने की बार we're chasing 140 and we lost in that season, I remember. So it's not always, there's not always one right thing or one right DNA or one right, it's just whoever's there involved at that time. We need performances from different departments. That's what it is. What are your thoughts on World Cup qualifiers happening in Zimbabwe without DRS? I think that's a bit dodgy, because if the World Cup is in with DRS, then you need to have the qualifiers with DRS as well. I think that's pretty unfair on the teams who are playing, who are participating. They should get the same conditions that they're going to expect in the World Cup. Now, and also it could kind of throw them off when they do qualify for the World Cup. They suddenly have to adapt to DRS again. So yeah, I think that's silly. Ideology, trust the process, like Mikel Arteta. Is this SRH team more balanced than 2018 team, which is considered our best squad thus far? But yeah, that one reached the finals. No, I think that team was better. You had what's it called? This guy at his peak as well, man. Bhuvi was also really good. Rashid, Kane Williamson, but there was no Warner there, right? I'll go have to look at that thing again, but I think that team was really good. This team is a young team. I think this team, I see them 2-3 years going to kill it. I wouldn't, but balance wise, yes, they look on paper, they look a very good team. They have balance, they have a lot of options. Because if you see, openers are covered. Yes, Abhishek Sharma is thoda sa makeshift dikh raha, but hopefully he will learn. Openers are covered. You have a middle order, you have a lower order, you have finishers, you have what's it called? Like, remember when Warner and these guys were playing, who would finish off games? You didn't have any players. Bipul Sharma used to come into bat. You didn't have that many options. Bowling wise, you have fast bowlers, you have spinners, you have medium pace, you have extreme pace. So yeah, it is a balanced team, but like it's still going to grow. There's still a lot of youngsters there, and maybe you have to replace the older players as well in the future. Did you see Markham team talk about SRH team after arrived? Posted on SRH page. No, I'm going to see that right now after I leave this. I didn't see that. Team talk. I saw him give an interview to the social media, but I didn't see that team talk. I'm going to see it now. क्या लगता है SRH की टीम 2016 की टीम से स्ट्रांग है क्या? देखो वो टीम में भी थोड़े वीकनेसेस थे, मिडल ऑर्डर उतनी तगड़ी नहीं थी, you relied a lot on David Warner in that year, but your bowling was insane. But again, वो bowling में spinner कौन था भाई? विपुल शर्मा था या करण शर्मा, कोई आके करते थे, तो वो टीम में भी weaknesses थे, ऐसा कि नहीं था. So, but yeah, that was an outstanding team, and I'll remember those days for the rest of my life. Any insight on what making Rashid so effective? He's miles ahead of other wrist spinners in T20. He has performed so well in so many different leagues and different conditions. One is the pace that he bowls with. Okay, he bowls at a very quick pace. I spoke to a couple of cricketers actually in 2018, and they told me that the pace he bowls in, and only jo tappa pe dalta is very accurate. It becomes very difficult to predict. You just have to play, sometimes premeditate. बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. It's very difficult, and sometimes he gets very late turn as well. That's what they were saying. He gets late turn and he can beat you. If you see, he's not a massive spinner of the ball, but the hint of spin, because of the pace that he bowls in and the accuracy on a tappa pe dalta, it makes it very difficult for batsmen to play. I remember Asia Cup mein couple of Pakistani players said that, like, oh, it's very hard to read him. Like, it's very tough. You have to just read him off the pitch. When the ball se jo bhi nikalta, then your reflexes kick in, and sometimes it becomes a bit difficult. Yes, I've seen at times Ambati Raidu had the better of him a couple of times. Shane Watson a few times, I think, in the final of the IPL 2018. But apart from that, because of the speed and accuracy which he bowls at, and he does get a bit of turn. He has a very good googly as well, a very good variation. It makes it very difficult for batters, and that's what makes him outstanding, man. There's not a lot of bowlers who can bowl at that pace with that consistency and still get the ball to turn a bit. It's not easy to do that, and he does that, and that's why in all conditions he works, because even if there's not so much turn, if there's turn, then he's going to be unplayable. But even if there's not that much turn, he still has a googly on him, and also if you miss a fraction, if you come late on the ball by a fraction, he'll go through through the gate. He has that extra quickness to him, that sharpness. But that time we had Mr. Dependable, Moses Enriquez, and the GOAT, and cutting. Yeah, who would have thought, man, the way they played? It was crazy. But yes, we had that. But yeah, Nitish bhai, that was my insight. Let me know what else. So you can also be sure to contribute. SRH को जॉनी ब्रिस्टो या वार्नर में से एक को रखना चाहिए था भाई. वैसा देखे तो सबको रखना चाहिए था यार. राशिद खान को भी रखना चाहिए था, विलियमसन को भी रिटर्न करके निकाल दिया, क्या क्या की कर दिया उन लोग. मगर अब जो है, दे हैव टू मेक डू विद इट. एंड ये करंट टीम के साथ फिर भी है पोटेंशियल. यस, इट्स नॉट ऑन दैट लेवल राइट नाउ जो आप देख रहे हैं, तो ये थोड़ा फ्यूचर की टीम है. बट यू स्टिल, बिकॉज हैरी ब्रुक, लुक, ही इज ओनली 20-21, अभिषेक शर्मा 21-22, Umran Malik 22-23. So a lot of the key players here who were expecting a lot from, they're very young players. They will learn. This is a learning experience for them. हर गेम उनके लिए नया सीख है. तो आई थिंक so it will take a bit of time, but they have some experienced players, some Bhuvi, Mayank, hopefully they can contribute as well. आज उमरान का शो है, and with that I am going to wrap. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We will catch you match के बाद. Hopefully Faiz will also be joining us, so make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned. We will post on the socials when we do go live, and please join us tonight. I'd really appreciate it, and have a great rest of the evening. Enjoy the game and take care.